Hi, I'm Kathy Della Rosa, and I am presenting the argument for the use of DDT. So, DDT is an insecticide whose use began in 1939 in the United States. It proved immensely useful during World War II because many were falling ill with typhus fever. The reason typhus fever became so prevalent during the war was due to large groups of people living in tight quarters with widespread travel. And what was happening is they were spreading body lice and therefore spreading typhus. So it was really difficult to delouse each individual person to prevent the spread of typhus. And then along comes DDT and it just kills the lice on contact. So that's great. So another disease that popped up during World War II, or just wartime in general, is malaria. So when World War II came about, the efforts to prevent the spread of malaria included the use of DDT. And World War II was the first war in which casualties caused by disease were lower than casualties caused by combat. So that's pretty amazing in itself, which, I mean, sadly, there was all those deaths, but still, at least it wasn't due to diseases. So, one example of the really great success of DDT as an insecticide was its use to help eradicate malaria in Italy and the United States. And it helped manage an epidemic of malaria in Italy and Germany, where cases of malaria decreased from 400,000 in 1946 to virtually none by 1950. So that's pretty amazing that it did that. DDT in a commercial was credited with saving millions of humans but killing billions of bugs or insects. So it was marketed to put almost everywhere and anywhere. And DDT came in this easy to use powder and in liquid form, and you could use it indoors and outdoors, and it's just this really versatile insecticide. DDT could be, like I said, could be used virtually anywhere. So it could be used on doors. It could be applied to doors, window screens, lockers, cupboards, fruit and vegetable stands, tables and benches, in and around basement drains, on garbage cans, and just so many more places that you could think to repel insects or to kill insects. So DDT is just this versatile insecticide because it is so effective. It is pretty inexpensive to manufacture, and it persists in the environment. So the fact that it persists in the environment can actually be seen as a good thing because it does not easily blow away or wash away once applied. So although DDT arouses some health concerns in humans and may have some unwanted effects in the natural environment, DDT did do a lot of really good things. The benefits of DDT need to be carefully weighed with the risk of its use, especially back at the beginning of its use at a time where other insecticides were just so much more dangerous to human health and the environment. DDT's use was banned in the United States, but it was so integral in the fight against malaria that it is still used in other countries. It is currently being used for indoor application to vector-borne diseases, which was actually recommended by the WHO. So there's a couple of reasons why it is still recommended. First, it has the longest residual efficacy when sprayed on walls and ceilings, that efficacy being 6 to 12 months, which is a really long time. And second, because it's basically really good at repelling mosquitoes. It was said to be, it's a spatial repellent and irritant effect on malaria vectors that strongly limit human vector contact. In regard to concerns about the toxicity of DDT, the WHO does reevaluate risks of DDT to human health whenever new data comes out. And when DDT was evaluated for things such as carcinogenicity, hormone modulating effects, and metabolite accumulation, some of these effects were reported in lab animals, but the data actually does not support the findings in humans. In my opinion, I think that DDT is extremely useful, and it especially has its place in treating malaria. But like with all things that need to be carefully administered, we need to be careful with DDT's use and use it responsibly.